Hello, and thank you for joining us today in the Transition to Office 2010. This training is to familiarize you with the new version of Office. We do realize that it looks very different from the Office version that you've used in the past. We're going to get started with Word first. Here I have a Word document open. And the first thing that you'll notice is along the top of the page, this ribbon area looks very different from what you're used to. The ribbon has different tabs. You'll see Home, and when you click on the different words, the ribbon changes depending on the subject. So we're going to start with the Home tab. Put some words up on the page here. And here on the Home tab are many of the common things that you will do with your document. Here, your clipboard, you have your copy and paste. It all works the same way that it has worked in the past. It's just maybe in a little bit different place. Looks a little bit different in this version. If you are the type of person who uses keyboard shortcuts, Control-V, Control-C, those keyboard shortcuts will still work, so go ahead and keep using them. Getting back to the Home tab. Here is your clipboard all the way over to the left side of the ribbon. And then moving over to the right a little, you have the font section. You can change the font that you're using with the drop-down arrow here. You can, bold, italic. It works the same way as it has always worked in the past. Just this is where you find it in Office 2010. Moving over to the right a little bit further, you have the paragraph section. This is where you might do your bullet points, or you might justify your paragraphs. Maybe you want it centered, right, justified. All of that is found there. And then here you have styles. If you're creating a document that has maybe a lot of headings in the different sections, styles are a great way to do this. And if you always use heading 1 or heading 2 for your different sections, you don't have to build each time what it's going to look like. You just click on heading, and from section to section, your headings will all match each other. If you are real crazy about the styles that are shown here, there are more in the change styles. And you also see you have this little gray arrow at the bottom of many of these windows, and that just shows that it will expand and you'll have more options. You just need to click on that. Like in the font section, if you click on the little gray arrow in the corner, it will bring up the font box that you've used in the past. So again, you still have all of the same options that you had before. They're just maybe in a little bit different place. Another nice thing with this new version is that if you highlight some text on your page, I haven't clicked anything. All I've done is highlight, and you'll see this little menu has appeared on your page, giving you some quick options of some of the things that we do most when we've highlighted some text. Maybe you want a different font there. Maybe you want this section bold. So it's right there at your fingertips. But while I have this highlighted, if I click with my right mouse button, I also get additional options as well. So everything is still there. They're trying to bring things a little bit more to your fingertips. Now let's go over to the insert ribbon. The way I try to remember what I would find on the insert ribbon, it's all of the things that we're going to insert. If I want to put a picture into my document, I insert it. If I'd like a shape, I'm going to insert the shape. Do I want a table on my document? Well, I'm going to insert a table right here. Again, using the word insert. I think I'll find it on the Insert tab. The Insert Table feature, if you click on the little arrow underneath the table, you can tell Word, you can show Word how wide, how long, how many cells you'd like your table to be. You just go ahead and click and you'll see that our table is now on our page where our cursor was. But you'll also notice, if you look at the toolbar, this isn't the Insert Table toolbar. This isn't the Insert ribbon that we were using before. We now have a Table Tools ribbon that is opened up because our cursor is inside of a table. You'll also see that you have some color choices along the top here. Sometimes when we insert a table, it's nice to have alternating rows, where one row is white, another row is a color, so that your eye can more easily follow the data across the table. Which color would I like to use? Maybe I'd like it to be gray. Blue might be nice. Red might be nice. I kind of like the green. Maybe we'll go with purple today. And all you have to do is click on it. But if you hover, hovering your cursor over the options lets it change without actually committing to anything. But maybe these aren't the colors that I'd really like. Click on the little down arrow and I get many, many more options. I think I like this one where my headings will be in a darker background. So that's how you can easily do tables. And they look really nice in Office 2010. What else would we like to do? Maybe you want to insert some clip art into your document. I'm going to search for a ladybug. I clicked Insert to get the Insert ribbon. I clicked Clip Art because that's what I like to do. Now I'm going to search for a ladybug. Click Go. This one looks good. I'll click on that. It's as easy as that. The ladybug's now on the page. Maybe I'd like to insert a shape instead. This diamond is pretty good. Maybe I don't want it to be blue though. A minute ago I was on the Insert ribbon, but now because I have drawn a shape, the Drawing Tools toolbar appears at the top of my page. Oh, and I can change colors. And I have many, many options. We'll go with the green. Going back to the Insert ribbon, this next feature is actually quite nice. Sometimes we want to insert a screenshot into our document. Let me open up Internet Explorer to our website. Maybe I want to put an image from our website into my document. My document open. I'm on my Insert ribbon. Insert a screenshot. You'll see I have three available windows. And you just click on the one that you'd like inserted, and there it is. But maybe I didn't want the whole screen to be inserted. Maybe I would just like the words Madison Public School clipped off. Excuse me, clipped off at the top. If I do Insert, Screenshot, and choose Screen Clipping from the bottom here, you'll see my page grays out. And if I take my cursor and drag and draw a box around just what I'd like, let go, and it inserts it right into my document. See, this is the same document we were using earlier. And I now have just the piece of screen that I want inserted. And it inserts it right where my cursor is. I don't have to do anything else to take care of it. I think that's a great feature. Very easy to use. Now, let's go back to the insert ribbon. There's a lot on this ribbon. Maybe you'd like to insert a footer. Click on the footer, and it's going to give you some choices. You can just type in some text in this blank one. Some of the others, you can scroll. Some of the others are a little fancier. I like this one. It's got some lines around it, the page number. You see it populates it right in the bottom of my page. But if you look up at my ribbon again, you'll see that my header and footer tools ribbon has opened because I'm inside the open footer. I have some choices I can do here. Just click the boxes if I'd like to make any changes. When I'm done and everything is just the way I'd like it to be, I will need to exit this particular section to get back into the document. So I'll just click on the red X here and close header and footer. Just click that and back into the document. The next thing we're going to look at is our page layout ribbon. This is where you can do things like change your margins, change the orientation of your page. Is it going to be portrait, where it's long and skinny, or do you want it to be landscape, where it's wide and short? You can also put your watermark on the page. Do a little bit of work here with indenting and spacing. All of that is found on this ribbon. Margins are kind of nice. You click on the margin, and there's some margins already built in that you can just click on, and it'll set it up for you. The default is the 1-inch margin all the way around. Maybe you want less margin. Maybe you want one of these other choices. Or maybe you want something very special for you. And click Custom Margins. And you'll see the margin window will open up. And this is a window that you've seen before in the older versions. And it's filled out exactly the same way. Okay. Now we're going to take a look at the references. This is where you can build a table of contents or insert footnotes and endnotes. All of that's found here on this page. The next ribbon, the next tab for the ribbon is mailings. Here you would find envelopes, labels, and mail merges. The mail merge wizard is great. It'll walk you right through the whole process. The review. Here you can do spelling and grammar. Rest assured, spelling and grammar is still checked as you create your document. There's no difference from before. Sometimes, though, when we've finished our document and we're going over it again, and we want to really make sure before we submit it to someone else, you can click on spelling and grammar and check it again. If you are collaborating with other people and you have a document set up to track changes, that is all done here on the Review tab. Track changes is right here. Here's your accept and your reject buttons. If you'd like to restrict editing, that is done right here. Now let's go to the View tab. Now the View tab, keep in mind, is how you see the document on your screen. We're talking about a visual view of the electronic document on the screen. We're not talking about printing on paper. So this would change if you want to view the document the way it would show up on paper, which is print layout. Maybe you'd like an outline layout. Maybe you would like the draft layout. Personally, I like the print layout, so we're going to switch back to that. Here on this View tab, we can also add or remove the ruler from our document. We can also add grid lines to our document. Maybe you want to see just one page in the center, or maybe you'd like to see 2 pages side by side. And that is done right here on the View tab. I'm going to switch it back to 1 page. And I'd like to show you that here on the View tab, you can zoom and change the amount that you zoom. But down here in the lower right-hand corner, you see right now it's set to 55%, and that's very small, but you can see the whole page on the screen, which is good when looking at a layout of how your information is fitting on the page. But if you'd like to make it larger, you just grab this little yellow thing and pull it. And you can make it larger, smaller, whatever works for you. And that's always on the page right here. You don't have to worry about which ribbon you might find it on. Now we're going to take a look at the very first tab all the way over to the left. This is the File tab. And in the past, you'll probably remember in previous versions, to print, you would do File, Print. No, that hasn't changed. Do File, you have Save, Save As, and in Save As, you can change your file type with this drop down. This all should look familiar. You can do Print. We did File, then Print. Now we have a Print button, and you see I hover on it, and it shows that I would be able to print. This would print 1 copy on this printer, and it would print all of the pages. So any of these things that you would like to change, you change them right here with the drop-down arrow. You can change to a different printer. You can change if you want to print only the current page or just a small range of pages within your document, or keep it on all pages. And then you have these other options below here. They're all together in the Print section. Now, staying on the File tab, we're going to go to Save and Send. Here, if you click Send Using Email, your document will be automatically attached to a brand new email message in Outlook. So it's very convenient. 1 click, it connects it for you. One of my favorite choices